The greatest. What is the greatest proof outside of the Bible that the so-called Negroes are the true children of Israel, of the house of Judah? Is it the Lakesh relief? The high-definition pictures of the sons of Judah during the time of King Hezekiah, etched on the walls of the London Museum, which display Jews with short, nappy, woolly hair? Or is it the skulls found and analyzed at the Lakesh archaeological site, which revealed that the Israelite skulls were Negro skulls? And yet, there's something greater, an undeniable proof beyond reproach. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you something greater. A truth hidden for over 400 years. A revelation of biblical proportions. The law that started the transatlantic slave trade. The actual Portuguese law, translated to reveal a shocking truth. The identity of the slaves of the transatlantic slave trade, by the very ones who enslaved them themselves. And after all, it was the law. And the question is, are you finally prepared to hear the truth?
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
You want the truth? Are you sure about that? Well, buckle up for a story about a king's pen. The Portuguese king Emmanuel wrote a law to start the transatlantic slave trade, called the Manuelian Ordinances. These laws were written for the rebellious Jews who fled his kingdom into the west coast of Africa. It authorized for the first time the hunting, killing, and enslaving of the black Portuguese Jews in West Africa.
That's so go, tell the boys it's time to ride. Get my horse and whip and gun and make sure that the noose is tied. Ungrateful slaves, don't know here that they got it good. Slaving in the hot sun, we gon' make them wish they would. Gon' crack some backs with my 9-tailed kitty cat. Cutting off some flesh because you know that we be eating that. Now be a good slave, go back out into the field, picking out my sugar through long sharp spikes, that was our deal.
In 1518, the Portuguese king Emmanuel commissioned Bernardo Gomez to enforce the Portuguese law against the Jews in West Africa. Details can be found in the Manuelian Ordinance, Book 5, Title 112, which instructs slavers on the west coast of Africa to bring Jews in chains down to the west coast of Africa, to Elmina, Sao Tome, and Principe Island. They were to be brought as slaves. Title 112 law also instructed anyone looking to purchase slaves could then purchase them from Elmina, Sao Tome, and Principe Island. However, the law also states it prefers that the slavers purchase these slaves from Elmina. This law for the enslavement of the Jews was enforced March 15th, 1518, and for the first time in the transatlantic slave trade, slaves were then taken from the west coast of Africa over to the Americas. Per the official Portuguese law, Book 5, Title 112, the transatlantic slave trade slaves were Jews.